Yeah, I know. I got my laundry basket in back of me. Stay classy, Vinny, huh? Yeah. You know, that's the home I live in. What do you fucking want from me? Okay. On to video number 2 for the day. Very rare to do 2 videos at once, but I wanted to get that off my chest. We have some asshole whose name I'm not gonna mention. His name is beneath me. He had about 40. I've heard 40. I've heard 70 arrests in his lifetime. And the police got a call. He was in breaking into cars. Now, when the police get the call you're breaking into cars, they know for a fact whether it's a sledgehammer or a lockpick, you are holding some instrument that could kill them or do harm to them or others. And they told him to surrender. He didn't want to surrender. He also had about 7 convictions for assaulting officers, by the way. Just so we're on the same page right there. He decided it was a good idea to pull a knife on them. And they tasered him, and he didn't want to stop. And he allegedly did reach one of the officers and stab them, but they survived, thank God. And they shot him. And they killed him. And I am happy he is dead. Okay? Anytime you introduce a knife, the term deadly force is any force that is likely to cause death or serious injury. Even if that fails, okay, if the gun jams, if you pull a gun on someone and pull the trigger and it jams, you still did deadly force. If you throw a knife at them and you miss, you still did deadly force. And in the self-defense world, you can only use a knife. A knife and a gun are legally the same instruments. Even though knives and guns are very, very different in many ways, knives and guns are both deadly instruments. And if you use them, you have to go through the deadly force investigation so that we understand it was justified. Now, obviously, when you're being arrested and you pull a knife on the police, that is a deadly threat. And the police honestly believed one of them was going to die, and they killed him first. And I am happy he is dead. Now, Alvin Crumb, who's that guy? Crumb? No, Ben Crumb. Ben Crumb. If Al Sharpton and Johnny Cochran had a baby, it would be Ben Crumb. Ben Crumb immediately grabbed his family. They found his 13-year-old daughter somewhere. Here's how fucked up this piece of shit was. His 13-year-old daughter didn't even know him. I don't know if she met him as a little baby but they told his 13-year-old daughter, this guy's your father, he's dead now. Grab her, put her in front of the camera, have her cry on command, have her read a statement, my daddy died. Okay, well, considering the fact that your daddy had like 40 arrests, 7 for assaulting an officer, it's actually better you didn't know your daddy. It's better you not be around him too much. And now they're using his 13-year-old daughter as an excuse to beg for money. They're suing the state for wrongful death. Well, you know what this was? I have a proposal. If some scumbag's family sues the police department for obviously justifiable shooting, the judge should declare it a frivolous lawsuit immediately and make the family pay for the legal expenses of the police department and the court fees. Then the lawyer should be disbarred. Because the lawyers are after the fucking money. The lawyers see that you have the GoFundMe page for the most recent scumbag shot by the police. And the GoFundMe page gives them thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And the lawyer comes over and takes some of that money and files a lawsuit And if he gets a liberal asshole judge, then Femi gets money. Ghetto lottery, yay! If he loses the case because the judge has a fucking brain in his skull, guess what? He still got the fucking money. Because when your lawyer goes to court with you, he's making a couple $100 an hour for a case that lasts 8 hours a day for what? 3, 4, 5 months? Plus expenses for all the bullshit he's got to do with, my other interviews. I gotta do press conferences. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. That's extra cost for you guys. The lawyer walks away with his fucking money. He doesn't give a fuck your father's dead. He gives a fuck that all that GoFundMe money that you took from local fucking retards, he gets a cut of that money for going to court for you. Now, if you disbarred a lawyer, he has to go to court no more ever. He's got to go and get a real job. That'll stop this shit right away. Because when a lawyer says, see, even if he keeps that money, okay, your scumbag relative gets shot by the police, he deserved it, good. You find the family, you bring the family, oh my daddy's okay, all that bullshit. The GoFundMe money comes in, you get a huge chunk of it, you go to court, you get disbarred. Even though you kept that money, you can't make more money. You gotta go out and get a real job. I wouldn't be the least bit fucking surprised if I saw Ben Crump or one of his asshole colleagues in the fucking ghetto standing right next to the guy that's robbing or looting or whatever he's doing. And I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if the lawyer said, yo, pull a knife on the cop. Yo, shoot the cop. Yo, run. Yo, grab the old lady and hold her hostage. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if I saw that happen next. The lawyer just stands there and encourages the guy to attack the cops. And then when they attack the cops, he gets shot and killed. Lawyer, oh, this is my client now. Or his family is now. Where's the money? I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if I saw that. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if I saw a lawyer sitting in his car and some scumbag got shot by the police, and when the ambulance pulls the body out of the street, puts the dead body in the back of the ambulance, drives it to the morgue, the lawyer drives right behind the ambulance to get to the hospital. Who's the family? Where's the family at? Oh, you. You're his ex-wife? Yeah, I'm his ex-wife. You got a kid? Yeah, I got 9 kids. How many are his? 1. Okay, cool. Bring that kid forward. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that next. I mean, Jesus Christ. This is fucking amazing. You can't wait for the cops to kill somebody so you can get their family money and take the money for yourself, you fucking scumbag. Jesus H. Christ. I actually said years ago, I said, when Al Sharpton's dead, racism will die. Well, apparently he won't because the other guys are coming up. I mean, this guy gets worse. You got Al Sharpton here, Johnny Cochran here. Now you got one guy that does both. Name a client Ben Crump had that was not related to a minority that got shot by the police. But I'll give him a lot of credit. There was a picture, the intersection. They shut the intersection down and loaded it with flowers. Like the whole fucking, you know how bad it is when you close down an intersection in a major city, how hard it is for all the cars to go around the block. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, this is so fucking funny because if this guy wasn't shot by the cops, he would have been in the intersection carjacking the guys leaving the flowers. You got guys bringing flowers to the intersection. He would have been there with a gun or a knife carjacking them. But I will say one thing nice. I will say one thing nice. They didn't burn the city to the ground this time. Did you notice that? Nothing got burned to the ground this time. Jesus Christ.